Now, on behalf of a teenage female wrestler from Puyallup, the Alliance Defending Freedom and their attorneys have filed a lawsuit against the Washington State Interscholastic Activities Association, WIAA, and other state officials because this goes back to an incident from last December. Biological male who identified as a female allegedly sexually assaulted the female wrestler in that match. She did not know that she was going to be competing in that match up against a male who was identifying as a female. She had no idea. This female athlete who's been out there public, Callie Keeler, again, being represented now by the Alliance Defending Freedom. And here's some video of that match. It was taken by Callie's mom. Is that officials waited 53 days to report the sexual assault to law enforcement. Now, the mom had gone, Callie's mom had gone to the school just within a day or two of this match happening, gave him a video or showed him the video and said, here's what happened. And we believe she was sexually assaulted. What are you going to do? They didn't report it, and they're mandatory reporters. So that's a big part of this lawsuit from ADF. So I want you to see part of the conversation that I had with ADF lead attorney on this case, Suzanne Beecher.
Callie is a sophomore in high school. She's been wrestling since she was 4. And at a wrestling match in December, an all-girls tournament, Callie unknowingly wrestled against a male athlete who identified as female. And during the match, she was sexually assaulted by this male athlete. Her mom immediately reported what happened to the school, and they didn't hear anything for months until it hit the media. And then the school finally did what they're required to do and reported the case to law enforcement. The school did not report it for 2 months, and they're required to essentially immediately report sexual assaults. And this is just an example of what happens when gender ideology comes before the rights of girls, comes before safety and fairness. There are victims, and in this case, it's such an extreme example of how girls get hurt when schools are putting their rights last. So the WIA has a policy that's right, they don't tell girls or their parents if they're going to be matched against a male athlete, if they're going to compete against a male athlete. And in this case, after this horrible thing happened to Callie, her mom asked, as a supportive measure, given what happened, at least could they let her know if she'd be matched against a male so that she could forfeit the match. And they said, no, under the policy, they can't let her know if she's going to be wrestling against a male athlete.
So ADF contends that WIAA, the Interscholastic Activities Association, and the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction should be held accountable for putting Callie in the situation. Beecher, the attorney from ADF, told me that Callie is an incredibly brave young woman to take on this fight.
Yeah, Callie is an incredibly strong and courageous person. What happened to her should never have happened. She should never have been put in that position. And she shouldn't have to be in the position that she is now of advocating for her rights because the school is failing to advocate for them. She should not have been on the mat with a male athlete. She should have the chance to compete on a safe and level playing field. And she should not have to stand up as a minor. The adults in the room should be standing up for the rights of girls instead of denying them those rights.
Now, this case is filed in federal district court here in Washington, and the attorney Beecher said they're now just waiting for the state's official response. This was just filed on Tuesday, so it'll be some time before we get a response from the state. And then there's really no legal timeline for the proceedings at this point, but we're in touch with the players and we'll stay on top of this one for sure.